Can you believe what we got?
What is it?
That is the expansion for Veiled Fate.
What's that?
Veiled Fate's expansion.
Never heard of it.
It's not even in Kickstarter yet.
What's Veiled Fate?
You know what Veiled Fate is.
It's veiled. You can't see it.
Oh, come on. That was horrible.
That was pretty horrible.
That was bad.
Listen, I'm trying here, okay? It's been a long work day. I roll into the studio. I got to come up with stuff. I'm not your puppet, okay? To come up with jokes at a moment's notice. Hello, Misfits. It's time for another Under the Lid, and we're taking a look at... What is this? What is this?
It is
What is this?
super secret.
What is this?
It's the expansion for Veiled Fate.
So our good buddy Austin dropped this on our doorstep. And yes, it is actually the expansion for Veiled Fate. Now, we were excited to get this here because, A, we weren't expecting it. It's not even...
I didn't know. It showed up.
No, shut up. And it was complete, sealed, and everything else. So it's not like a, concept or anything. It's like done, it looks like. It's supposed to be coming to Gamefound from what we understand. We're working on details, but this is a complete expansion for Veiled Fate. Veiled Fate's a game, of course, by Ivy Studios. Thank you again, Austin. And hello there. And it is a multiplayer game of bluffing and... there's so much going on in that game. Secrets and bluffing, where you're basically a god trying to move your demigods, minions around to basically win the game. I mean, there's a lot that goes on in the game, and there's a lot that bluffs because you don't want the other gods to know what demigod is yours that you have to get to win. And so you're moving them around this board and basically trying to secretly advance your own demigod while not letting the other gods know. Now, this expansion, I have no clue what's in it. So they have an expansions rulebook and they have a card reference here.
I know what I read was there's like 3 different expansions in it.
So 3 new ways the player favors strategic deduction game. Hadria, Celestials, and Servants. Each expansion adds different ways to play with new minis, special roles, cards, and tokens that will further solidify the strategic deduction skills needed in Veiled Fate. Unravel your opponent's plans and cement your own. In the following pages, each expansion will be outlined and explains for appropriate setup, blah, 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 blah. So it looks like it's actually 3 separate expansions, like mini expansions. That probably changes a little bit each time.
You could probably mix and match and pick which one you want to play.
So there's a Hadria. She can be influenced by all players. Hadria's favors cards that allow the players to execute god powers without using favor cards. Ooh. That's interesting. So it's a general, for everybody, demigod. Celestials allows one player to play a special role. Ooh. Role has a specific win condition and rules that force the other players at the table to play differently than normal. Wow.
That's pretty cool.
That's cool. Sign me up for that. And then I guess you could mix them maybe together?
I think you can.
And then servants. 3 servants or neutral figures will roam the quest regions, influencing Demi's outcomes. When a quest is completed in a region with a servant, misspell, the quest will be influenced by their power. So basically, it sounds like you have random guys that go around kind of messing with everybody, more or less.
And that'll help because, it'll throw a little shade off of you.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it'll mess things up randomly. I'm not a big fan of random stuff, so that's not for me. But I
love random stuff.
I like the other 2 a lot more. So here's just different more tokens for the game. Got to unpunch those later. You have your demigods, your demigod cards, and a few minis. We'll go into those in a second. So, guys, if you haven't played Veiled Fate, it is a really awesome game. It is strategic deduction, and I think it's 9. Yeah, it's up to 9 players. So it's great for party nights. But it adds some gaming and depth to your party nights. Because, again, it goes up to 9 people, plays great. And you actually really want a lot of players in this game because it makes it easier. Look at the foil pretty cards. It makes it easier to suss out, or makes it harder to suss out who the other players are influencing when you have more players, obviously. We played it with a count of, we usually play with a count of 5?
No, we were like 6, I think.
6? And 6 was fine.
But it was awesome because you don't know who's on your team.
Right.
That's even the cool thing is like some where you know what's...
You're not really on your team. There's no team.
Well, no, there were 2 people. We were each paired up, and we were one of the demigods was both of our teams, but we didn't know.
Team? Was it a team?
Yeah, and we didn't know who was on our team, so it was like a mystery of who was helping who.
I gotta go back and play that again then because I don't
we're
remember.
Gonna play a lot of that now.
Well, now we got the expansion in. Yeah.
Goodness gracious.
It kind of got drowned out by everything after that for a little while. So I've been playing a little bit because we played Fracture Sky 8 billion times.
8 billion times.
And
And 8 billion
and then all the new Moonraker stuff and everything.
Oh,
So
yeah.
we've been playing a lot of Ivy Studio stuff. So it's probably time to bust this out again because yeah, we got more new stuff.
Especially because we got Mythic Mischief on the way.
Yeah. Which
The new expansion for Mystic Mischief.
I'm excited
Mythic
for too.
Mischief.
Yeah, I'm very excited for. That'll be a lot of fun.
I could play Ivy Studios games all day.
Yeah, you're not wrong. We probably will if we ever, have time to play games.
We gotta make some time.
Got to make some time. Time to quit our jobs. Let's go. After today, believe me, I want to. I have no patience for patients. Let's just put it that way. Those in medical know.
All sorts of cards that we don't know what we're
Yes.
doing.
So, new cards, but last but not least is the minis. I really like to look at that mini.
Ooh, minis.
That looks awesome. These are the servants, it looks like. They did a really good job
Is
of
that
making
one
them.
glowy?
It's see-through, buddy. That's
so
what's
cool.
called translucent. Not the hero from from the Incredibles. Oh, from the Boys. That's right. I was thinking
Incredibles. That's a very different.
I thought there was a translucent in Incredibles too, but maybe I'm wrong.
That's a very different movie.
Yeah, it is an extremely different show, movie, whatever. Extremely different. Although kind of in the same vein. But we're going to not go there because we'll talk about that stuff. We're like getting existential with our videos here, guys. So these are the minis for the Veiled Fate expansion. It literally just says expansion boxes. It has 3 of them, so I'm not sure if there's an overall name. But we'll give some more info when we get there. And like I said, it should be on Gamefound. Looks awesome. I can't wait to add more playability to that game. The game's a heck of a lot of fun. Like for any kind of group nights where you're looking for a game that is for kind of gamers. That'd be the best way I could put it. It isn't a party game like Cards Against Humanity when you have too many people or stuff that you just play a card, whatever. Actually, has mechanics.
But it was very easy to get into.
Yeah, no, it wasn't super hard or anything like that. It did take a little bit of learning, but it's still kind of medium light.
I'd break this out before Cards Against Humanity.
Any day of the week. But yeah, that's the exclusive. We could say exclusive. Is anybody else? I don't even know if anybody else has this yet. Preview to the Veiled Fate expansion, guys. Check it out. We'll give some more info. I'm sure we'll be playing this as we go along. Until then, of course, guys, always veil your fate, especially in public. And as always, game on.